Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Legacies. This is episode 11 of season 3. Hopefully guys are enjoying the series so far. I do apologise and my voice is going a little bit, so I am sorry, but the last episode was really interesting. Lots of information was going on. I thought it was a really good one. Actually, it got me dead excited, the last episode, honestly, for lots of stuff possibly to come. Now, a Bancher, she arrived at the school pretty much a demon that when she opens her mouth, she screams. It hurts everybody's ears. You know, they struggle to have a conversation with. So they come up with obviously using a spell. They use Jed as like the conduit, where they could transfer a bit of her inside of him, and he can, you know, she could speak freely. She described that she was here because she wanted to bring Cleo, interesting, not Landon, Cleo to Malaval. Now obviously we did not know why, obviously, when she said that, but as the episode went on and as we got more information, it turns out that Cleo, when people are around her, it kind of like gives them inspiration. So I'm assuming that Malaval wants Cleo because it will inspire him or give him some sort of, you know, courage, information, you know, something that he needs to escape this prison world. That is why he's after her, which I think is very interesting, you know. A new supernatural who's a witch slash, I don't know, she's just got, I do love it when somebody has an extra side effect. So like when Landon was a phoenix and obviously he died, but he could fly again and levitate and all that stuff, and that was great. You know, I like seeing Hope. She's got 2 sides so far. Hopefully she unlocks the 3rd soon. That's great. And yeah, it's really exciting. So for that one, you know, I think it's really good that we've introduced Cleo, and she's kind of getting close to Jed. But obviously I want her to be with Caleb. Now they've not, Jed and her have not like made any moves or anything, but it did seem like they was having a decent connection last episode. So she said to him as well, mate, as the, you know, as you helped the squad and you've been really useful and you've been accepted back in the super squad. You know, he's kind of shun out for what he'd done with Alyssa, but he's been accepted back in, and obviously, like I said, they had some decent chemistry. Now JOSIE, you know, she wanted to go on a date with Finch, but she was obviously really scared to speak to her and ask her out. Well, Lizzie, she turned up to the school, she was speaking to her, she was trying to give her some inspiration of her own so that she could go after and build up the courage to ask Finch out. Now obviously Lizzie turned invisible and she was going around orchestrating like some sort of, I don't know, scenarios like this together. So like obviously JOSIE was walking and boom, she knocked all the books out, so they both like fell on the floor in front of each other and they both had to engage in conversation, you know, building up little courages like that. Then obviously she told her, mate, just go for it. If you want to ask her out, just go outside, just ask her. And she did, mate. She built up the courage. She's like, right, I'm going to do this. Because actually Lizzie flipped it, you know. She was like, she done one of them things, you know, where you, I can't even remember what the word is, where you say something, it's like, oh yeah, you're never going to ask her out, so what is the point, you know, you haven't even got the confidence. And then she was like, yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm going to, and she left, and it's like, she played it. That's what she wanted all along. She wanted her to believe in herself that she could do it, and she went out and she boom, just asked her out in front of all the table, all the friends. She was like, you know, the reason why I'm here and there and everywhere right now is, you know, I'm scared of what's going on. I'm new here, don't want to embarrass myself, I want to make a good impression, I really like you, you know, we've got stuff clicking and I want this to work, so do you want to go out with me? And then she said, tonight. It's like, oh, I dropped that tonight bombing, and she was like, I can't, I'm sorry, I've got plans. And she said, what about tomorrow? She said, I can't again. And she said, I'm sorry, I've got to go, and she ran off. And I thought, do you know what? I did give Finch a benefit of doubt. I said that, honestly, sometimes when you drop something on people, they could actually have things going on. Which turns out she did have things going on, mate. Because then, obviously, JOSIE went to Lizzie and she was like, look, mate, I just need to know if she's dating somebody else. Like, I just can't stand it. Will you go and check her? Will you go and follow her? So she did, mate. She followed her. And it turns out, full moon, boom, mate. She's a wolf. She locks herself in the school, chained up. Lizzie was there. She could smell her. She chased after Lizzie. You know, oh, it was crazy. And then, obviously, at the end, she attacked, who did she attack? She attacked MG, and who come running along? Ethan, boom, mate, clocked her, knocked her out, and he's learning loads about supernaturals, isn't he? He's just fell into a brand new world. So I mean, everybody's getting involved in the storylines. Then Lizzie went back to JOSIE and she was like, yep, you're right, she was dating somebody else, I'm sorry. I was like, no man, I didn't want that to happen. I want you to tell the truth, Lizzie, because it's just going to fall back on you in the end. You're having good intentions, you're trying to help your sister, and you think that this information is much better than knowing that she's supernatural because she's trying to distance herself from the supernaturals, isn't she? But I just think at the end of the day, it's going to come right full circle and bite her in the ass, and I just feel well sorry for her. But, you know, like I said, loads of stuff's going on, mate. It's well interesting, so if you can't wait for today's episode and you do enjoy it, please smash like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into episode 11 of season 3 of Legacies. That's right, man.
Test 405-E is a total failure.
Test 405.
Did it work? I mean, I don't want to speak for the rest of the group, but I feel the exact same. Will we find a way to activate your powers? When you will inspire us to have something that we've never had in our fight against Malivore? An advantage.
That's the spirit. Just be natural.
I actually think that's true. When a situation arises.
It worked.
He's making his up his own.
With the zinger when you need her?
She had a far greater duty. This morning, and I quote, she had a fashion emergency.
Maybe you just need to focus on what inspires you, like a song or a work of art.
Oh, wow, her eyes look well good.
Oh, something just happened.
I just need to do some research before I share with the group, but I can assure you it's completely safe and I won't even have to leave school.
We have a monster problems connected to the artifact, which we know was in Triad's possession. So maybe there's a clue in their records if they still exist.
My skill set might come in handy if the mission goes sideways.
The more the merrier.
Well, if we sever the necromancer's ties to it, prison walls will collapse.
And destroys everything inside of it, including Malivore.
That is smart.
Oh, man, it's pretty brilliant.
His blood and the duplicate ascendant we need for the severing spell, and in exchange, I will free him from the prison world.
I take it back. That's a terrible idea.
Don't worry, I won't screw him over. I just need to figure out how.
Look at my resume. I'm the only one here who's beat the Necromancer in negotiation.
Remember what the Banshee said.
Hey, we said screw fate, remember? This is our chance to actually do it. I, for one, can't think of anything more romantic than strolling hand in hand through a post-apocalyptic hellscape.
Oh, do you know what? Sorry, it's absolutely raining like mad here, so if you can hear that, I do apologise. But since Landon's return, say, it's been in a few episodes anyway, maybe like 5 or something, I am absolutely loving his like bounciness. You know, like last episode when he ran out and he got the thing and he come running back in when he was in the gym, and he's just like the bubbly, bouncy sort of thing like that. And he was good in that conversation. Like he's like, you know, like you just said it was safe, so why can't I come? Do you know what I mean? And he was like, that's smart. Actually, that's not smart. Actually, it is smart. It's good, mate. You know, I'll take that back. So I'm actually enjoying Landon. Like now he's come back. He's been really good. He seems really happy. Anyway, that's the thing that we like. You know, we like happiness. When it goes around, we get it. They get it. It's great stuff. Now I hope JOSIE gets some happiness. We're not seeing them yet, but I want to see this fashion crisis that Lizzie's been dealing with. I feel like Landon, because he's got some sort of connection to Malivore, that even if he astral projects, people can make physical contact with him, especially because I believe it was Ryan who took some of the hair in the back end of last episode. He come in the room, didn't there? Someone nicked a bit of it, and I feel like that might get them a connection to the prison world as well, or wherever it is they're going. Yeah, the prison world.
Probably get Dr. Saltzman down here. He'll ask why we're keeping Finch out here in the barn of the family you're staying with. Put on your secret identity, right? Go to school and act normal while I deal with this. Lizzie, how long have you...
Long enough to know that you've been playing dress up with a muggle.
I see it's business as usual around here.
Oh, here we go.
Whoa, Joe. It's me.
Wait.
What are you doing here? I thought you were eat, pray, loving with the townies now.
I was just looking for Lizzie. Can I borrow it?
Knock yourself out. I was just using it as a stand-in for my wizard's focus. You want to lie to your dad, but the only other choice was wiping Ethan's mind.
Okay, you can stop. I'm not here to bust up your bromance. Has obviously already activated her curse.
So she's killed someone. Maybe it was an accident?
It's half the requirement to become a werewolf. The other half is genetic.
I wonder
So there was only one.
Oh, no way.
I mean, how do you even know that? And how did you make yourself invisible last night?
I'm a witch. But I like to think of myself as Josie's sister, first and foremost. But there's no way that I'm letting her near a cold-blooded killer.
Easy, Lizzie. We don't know that.
I didn't kill anyone.
Well, I'm gonna need you to prove it.
But why should I believe that you
My second most detestable enemy would keep your end of the bargain.
That is
Because
well
seeing
good landing.
is believing.
I am the dictator of departed souls, the monarch of the macabre, the almighty.
Knock it off.
I mean, if he says no, just give him the finger and head back to our world. He can have this one if he wants it.
Look at him, he looks well chirpy. Man, how good was that? Chad done a good one as well. When Chad was doing an impression, he's like, "Why would I trust you when I'm the almighty necromancer?" It's like, yes, Chad. Mate, Landon's was good then.
There goes our leverage. Looks like the necromancer already found a way out.
I don't think he made it.
He does look like he's been done in, though, doesn't he?
You sure this is him?
I know that terrible fashion sense anywhere.
Looks like our little mini date isn't over yet. What do you think, Autumn? Malivore? Or that?
Wow, that looks mad, mate.
Picturing who I want to talk to. Swear if Wade broke this thing, it works just fine.
Wow. Yeah, mate, you were sick.
As for lights, it also has listed 2 fire suppression systems. If this place was ransacked, why would they leave this behind?
Ah, maybe it can't be moved.
I like them swift transitions when they cross walls.
This is Triad's documentation on all their supernatural objects.
It's called a head dive. We can be present inside of your memories as events unfold.
You and Josie are twins, right?
How'd you figure that out?
Because you're the evil one.
I destroyed you with an axe. Silly girl. All this time, I've been hiding inside you. No, I'm really just your subconscious projection of me.
Oh, no, it's not.
See? I'm practically harmless. I do know all of your weaknesses, and I know exactly what's wrong with you.
Think back to the day
Decent.
you first turned into a werewolf.
Think like a killer, okay? This is the perfect target-rich environment for the weak and enfeebled.
And Drea?
That's me.
I mean, she's turning out like 6 or something. That's mad.
Staring right at us.
Impossible, nothing can see us or hear us or touch us.
Okay, then why can I feel its breath?
It's fine. Yes, oh, that was sick. Yes. Killer.
This mission doesn't seem so safe anymore. We should go home.
The necromancer will probably revive soon.
Yeah, but that wound is getting worse by the second. Plus, we don't know how many more of those astral plane attacking monsters are around.
Mayo.
Oh, yes, that's what I like. Spread. Oh, that does look bad, that actually, doesn't it? Ugh, that's hanging, that.
I asked why all of my romantic relationships are such disasters. And I answered that. The problem is not the relationships.
It's because you're not being yourself.
My dear Josette, lies in you. You can't have a real relationship if you're repressing an essential part of yourself. You
Being
want
a
to know what's
witch.
really wrong with you? You're a witch who's pretending that you're not. You asked a question to a crystal that lets you talk to yourself. Why?
It's so true.
Because you already knew the answer.
Right, before that goes on, how obvious was that? It's so obvious, mate. The reason why your relationships never work out is because you can never fully be true Josette. You know what I'm saying? Like, you either have to reveal I'm a witch and get their acceptance, like Elena gave Damon and Stefan, and they was fine. But imagine if she went out with Damon or Stefan, whatever's, for ages, and they were just lying to themselves. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if they never told her that, then they're going to always be on the edge. They're always going to be suppressing, like, their instincts, or, like, their family, or their friends, or everything that they know. You're not being Josie. You're not being your natural self. You're not just being normal and being free and open. You're always carrying a weight on your shoulders. And that's why it never works out. You know what I'm saying? You're escaping, but then, like, you know, someone says, "Oh, what about your life?" No, none of that, no. And you're just suppressing it. She needs to just embrace who she is, accept it, and either find someone, like Rick, for example. He wanted to be with that police officer. At first, he didn't want to tell her, but he felt like the weight was all on his shoulders. He wanted to be with her, and in the end, he was like, "It's your decision. Do this or do this." And she chose to leave him, which is really sad. But at least he was being true to himself and what he does and what he knows. It's so easy for me to see that for Josie. I'm just glad that evil Josie told her, so to speak, I wanted to go and get her powers back. And Finch, Wolf, Josie, mate, Witch would be sick. But then I just hope that we don't get rid of... I actually hope we don't get rid of Cleo and Finch, me. Like, why? Just keep them in the show. Just additions. Just Could be reoccurring characters like Wade. They could be in it, like as much as Cleo is right now. It's great. I had no problem with any of those two choices. The only one I would have a problem with is the third one. Choose them both to leave at the end of the season.
We've got a 10-10 in progress at Lou's bar. Report to the ball.
Oh, he's going to find out his witches now. He's going to go in there and see Lizzie as well.
This patient's last name is Terrea, just like Finch.
Oh, did she switch the machine? Imagine that, mate. She had to switch the machine off and...
Something about our family. We have a secret. You can't trust anyone. I can help make you strong. Always be able to protect yourself. Bring me my special candies from my coat. When the full moon rises, head down into the basement.
Wow, what a way to turn, mate. Now she's going to wake up thinking that she killed him when she never thought that before.
You just made me remember that I killed the only person who ever cared
Exactly.
about me.
Just go and compel her to forget that bit.
Look, I'm more than happy to cheer my tribrid girlfriend on from the bleachers while she dunks on monsters, but sending me back was the magical equivalent of hold my purse.
She was just trying to protect you.
Red necrotic eyes, insatiable appetite for dead flesh, able to interact with the astral plane, classic Burbalang.
Is this a D&D thing?
Yeah, told you, expert.
If and that's a big one, how does one go about curing a burbaling bite?
They replicate themselves through physical contact. If you get bit by one, it's only a matter of time before you turn into one.
Ah, yes, mate. That's well good. Yeah, mate. That looked really good, mate. And who said recurring characters are not good? Look at Wade. He always chirps in with a bit of sick info, doesn't he? Listen, I was just saying that before about Finch and Cleo. Let's hope that they don't go and either stay. Because look at him, good asset.
Hopeling is no doubt coming for us, and you're busy hoarding my nugs?
It's bait. Burbalings eat dead flesh.
Does this remind you of anything?
What could this possibly remind me of?
Brilliant's Keep? This is exactly how our guild trapped that owlbear, remember? According to the lore, we only have 1 hour before Hope's transformation is permanent.
Hey, that was well good.
Is it weird that I still find her attractive?
She's looking sick, mate.
Drinks at the tap, barbecue from the pit stop, and then moonlit dancing on the roof of the old clock tower.
That sounds fun, but I will have to pass for now.
So what's up? What I gotta do to get a date?
I want you to drop the act and be honest.
He's never had that before, has he? He's always been able to show off. That's good, that. I like it. Be normal.
Hope. This isn't you.
Wow, I think she looks really good. That makeup's sick.
Landon? She wants you. Run!
I know that must have been painful. Probably why you blocked the memory, but at least now we know that you didn't hurt anyone on purpose.
You have a time travel spell?
Can make you forget what happened with your grandpa and even all of today.
I have to remember what my grandpa said. And I can't trust anyone.
See, I've got a question, and obviously, like, it's deep. Her connection to her granddad, obviously, she feels like she was a factor in his death, so I totally get that. But if you flip it, take the connection of the family out of it, and just put yourself in a situation. If somebody said, "Can you pass me my drink there?" and then you give it them, and then obviously then you just go on your merry way. Nothing. You didn't suspect anything. But the drink that they asked you to get, you thought it was a normal drink, but it was like petrol. And he drank it, and obviously they died. Now, obviously, in 20 years' time down the line, if somebody said, "Oh, mate, you know, like, they told you to get them a drink and they drank it and it was petrol and they killed themselves," like, would you be crying and sad about it? Because I personally wouldn't, and I wouldn't even feel like I played a part in their death. Like, I get it. I totally get it. But, like, I had no malice, no bad intentions. I was trying to be the good person, you know. Her as a kid then, I bet she never knew at all that she was possibly giving him them tablets to OD. She was just being a grandkid, doing something that the granddad asked. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, it is a tough one, that one. Like, I understand people could definitely get that connection. I feel like they caused it. But sometimes I think you have to look at intentions and actions and what you originally wanted to get out the outcome. If you were just being helpful and nice and you didn't know what was going to be the consequence of that, then I don't think you can ever put any blame on yourself. Like, she's possibly trying to, because it was not her intention at all.
Thought you didn't want to talk to me. I don't, but this is Sanskrit. I took one class on it last year, but I've forgotten everything. To stop a person from becoming a burbalang, you need a pearl-bladed weapon. I'm not going to take back my magic just so you can take me over. For the last time, I don't need to take over because I already live in here. Why are you afraid of your own power? And if you're so good, how can you let your friend turn into a monster?
She has literally hit her with 2 double punches then. What are you taking? Oh, I love this Josie. It's well good.
I failed my saving throw.
I didn't know Burblings were so judgy. You want something to eat?
Yes, mate. Look how strong she is.
+2 dagger. That should stop the process. If you stab her in the heart.
Yes! Yes! Yes, yes, yes. Stabbed in the heart. She's dead. Oh, please. Stab her right in the heart 500 times so she actually dies. So that we get the tri-bid activated, mate. She's going to be absolutely sick. Well, she's pretty good already, but she's going to be so much better when she gets all 3 stages going.
Leonardo da Vinci.
He's the one who made it.
Hey man, I thought you were having fun.
Yeah, I was.
Girl problems. I'm thinking maybe you should tell her why you actually came on the trip.
It's Cleo done him in.
The parchment. She'll turn into one of those things forever, and that's the real risk.
Landon does it. Go on, lad.
Wait!
I'm fucking well happy. Oh, she's back straight away. Save the day, Wade, mate. Told ya. Side characters, recurring.
I'm about to grab a bite.
Oh, so you can talk. From how quiet the pride was, capable of
The real reason I went on the mission.
I wanted to have your back.
Thank you for being honest with me.
Just the last time I was vulnerable with someone. I ended up dead.
I do have a free evening coming up.
Oh, look at his face. I love it.
I want you to feel like you can count on me. Not just when it's safe, but when there's trouble.
I do. This should make it up to you.
Yeah, look at his little, he's playing around in a dungeon or whatever. D&D.
Tonight, we're going to be exploring the mines of Shadowspire.
We're gonna have Cleo inspire a new plan. But whatever it is, I want you by my side. I'll be right back. Don't pull any cards without me.
But about Ethan.
You can continue the amazing adventures of Node Man and Geek Boy.
I don't like lying to your dad.
Who am I to judge? I should also stop pretending like I know the answer all the time. What would you do about Josie?
I like it. I love these two.
Try telling her the truth.
Yes.
Finch was wrong about one thing.
You're not a monster.
You are not a monster. Everything you did today was to protect someone you love. People should feel lucky if they get to be one of those people.
Ah, I love these two, man. Do you love him? These are one that I'm always getting behind.
Project Pandora.
One second before we go in there, yeah, I was going to say, what happened to him? He went to a police chase or whatnot, didn't he? He's going to be dead. I hope he's dead now. I've said that. Because that never popped in my head until I paused this like a second ago. And then it would get exciting. But I was going to say at the end of the episode, I thought it ever since he drove off. Where's he gone? What's he done? Who's he seen? Do you know what I mean? I'm excited.
Dr. Saltzman, I promise I will not let him take your memories away. It's always better to tell the truth before something goes really
wrong, mate.
Today was the second time that I've put you in a position to where you felt pressured to take your magic back.
You were with me when I defeated my dark side. Really wanted to make sure that it never happened again.
Hey, Hope, can I talk to you for a minute while Landon's getting his miniatures?
You're so lucky Lizzie didn't hear you say that.
Have you noticed anything strange about Landon since he got back?
I was going to say this. What section? Something happened in this episode. Let me try and think of it so that it's, you know, that I'm not chatting. Somebody asked a question and I think he got it wrong. Was he in the gym? Somebody said something and he didn't, like, even I in my head just thinking that wasn't the best answer. It didn't fit the situation properly. Oh, let me think. Oh, I'm really gutted on that one. I want him to get... Was he stood with Wade having a conversation?
Earlier today, he forgot about our D&D campaign to Rulian's Keep.
That was it?
Biggie, except that was his favorite module. The thing that really got me, Hope, was that he stabbed you.
Didn't have a choice. Okay, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, but Landon wouldn't. There's something wrong with him.
No, I think that's good. And I picked up on it. Did I not pick on it? I picked up on his happiness mood. I picked up on his happiness mood, mate. I did. You could go to wherever it was in the episode. I said, mate, the last like 5 that he's been in, which is me saying when he's returned from Malivore, yeah, he has been chirpy and upbeat. But I said I liked it. So I'm not saying, oh, I noticed. I just said I noticed a character change. Like, and I said I liked it. I like his happy chirpy. Like, he's always smiling. He actually is. If it's the Necromancer, that's going to be well interesting because, yeah, he's not a smiling the Necromancer, is there? But this one is. But they are always, you know, he was always trying to get hope. And it looks like he possibly has done it now. And his Necromancer impression was really good as well. I even said it, big up, mate. If he had his makeup on, he would have been the Necromancer. If I had my eyes shut, he would sound like the Necromancer. It was really, really good. I did acknowledge, I don't think I said it out loud, but in my head, when he mentioned it, I think it was with Wade, and I give another example as well. He might have done something in the gym where he said something and it didn't click to like something that Landon should know. I think he got the D&D stuff wrong, like he just said, and in my head I noticed it when he said it, but like it wasn't a big thing to pick up on because we don't even do the D&D at all, or do you know what I mean, get told any of that info. But again, I 100% picked up on the character change in Landon. Now, I say I like it, I still do. I'm always loving it when he's smiling. Like I said, when people are smiling, I'm smiling. He's happy, he's making Hope happy, he's making me happy. I hope Hope's died. I honestly hope that Hope has transitioned over, he's got the third side of it now. I want it to just happen randomly as well, where she sat there and she can hear a conversation going on. She's like, what, mate? Can you hear that? No one can hear it. And it's miles away, because that is it, you know, like if she hasn't just been stabbed in the heart then what's going on? Do you know what I mean? Like, regardless of a supernatural, a dagger to the heart should be killing you. You know, if she had a heartbeat, she should be dead. She should be testing the heartbeat right now, mate. Has she got one? It's going to be well good, honestly. We're teasing it now. I will happily take the last episode of the season. We cannot go into season 4 now without the tribid. It's too long. Imagine if this show got cancelled on season 2, for example, or season 3, because you never know the longevity of shows. Even the originals were so good, only made it to 5 seasons. Do you know what I mean? Then they started off with like, did they start off with like 16 or 22 episodes? It went like 22, 16, maybe 13 or something. Do you know what I mean? It slowly triggered down, and that could have the effect of, hey, it survived COVID, I think. So it's tough. They need to get it in now. They need to pull that trigger. They need to be in there. But I'm so excited. Again, I thought this was a really good episode, and I am going to be watching the next one straight after it. That's how much I enjoyed it. And that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Really exciting episode for me. I've got to be honest, I think the last few episodes have been very, very good. And did we have the School Musical in this season as well? Do you know what? I think this season, although to me it's not the best season, it has had many good episodes, like really good ones that like I fully enjoyed. Now, obviously, Finch going on here. Yeah, is she going to stay? Is it should I stay or should I go? Literally, is she going to stay or go, mate? Like, because she just found out how she become a wolf. She ended up killing her grandfather accidentally at a request of being helpful. Yeah, she done something that was damaging, and then obviously triggered a curse, and she's been a wolf ever since she's so young, mate. Literally, that is possibly the youngest supernatural that we've seen transition. I mean, I think the youngest we've seen is Pedro, mate. Literally, he's well young, isn't he? But again, man, I felt this episode was great. The connection between MG and Lizzie is just pure flames, honestly. We just need them to get together now. I like how he's come back a bit. He's not freezing her out, so to speak. They had, they worked well together. He said a nice thing at the end. You're not a monster, regardless of what anybody says. You're doing everything to protect the people that you love, and so is he, pretty much. And he's still trying to figure out whether he should be in a school or whether he should not be. He touched the hand, like a bit of that human contact. You could tell, mate, that they have got a connection. I'm excited. Josie as well. She's got her magic back. Obviously, she's fighting again. She's kind of like, should I stay or should I go back to the school? Which one? Is she going to go to Mystic Falls or is she going to go back to the Salvatore school? Because again, no matter what she thinks, she has to be true to herself. Like, she could want to be a living human life, but you can't deny the aspect of you. Like, she's trying to live a different life and not be who she is, and she just needs to just accept it, be the witch. And if you tell somebody I'm a witch and they don't accept it, you don't need them. Do you know what I mean? You move on. And that is what she needs. She just needs the confidence to be who she is and be loved who she is. This is what kind of Cleo was saying to Caleb at the end. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to impress me being a vampire. You don't have to show off all these silky smooth moves. You know, you don't have to be over the top. You just need to be Caleb. Yeah, just let your guard down, be yourself, and everything will work out fine. That is what I'm talking about, mate. Literally, that is kind of like what we were saying when the Salvatore school played the football game. Mate, you don't have to be supernatural in the game. Just be normal. You don't have to throw it. You just play. If you're good, you're good. If you're bad, you're bad. That is just life, you know. You don't always have to use your powers. And, I mean, again, so Josie's come. She's helped save the day. You know, Wade, talk about recurring characters, yeah. That's why I don't want Finch to leave. That is why I do not want Cleo to leave either. Because people who are in the show can always play a good part. Wade does it perfectly well. You know, he's not in many scenes, but he drops in an episode here and there. Gives valuable information. He's part of the squad. He done good today. He knew what the monster was. So did Landon. Then, obviously, he picks up on Landon's personality changes. He knows that Landon wouldn't do anything to hurt Hope. That is, it's true actually. I didn't pick up on it at the time when Landon took it. I was focused on get Hope dead, mate. I was like, yes, go on, Landon. But I thought Wade was going to do it, to be honest. And I was going to say, mate, who would have thought that the person that killed Hope would have been Wade? You know, when you started off Legacies, so to speak. That's what I was going to say, but Landon took it. And I was just like, yes, Landon, go for it. So, I mean, has Hope triggered it now? Has she not? I don't know. But it's so interesting, honestly. We are getting information from Malivore. We've got a few clips now. I think, like, 2 episodes in a row we've seen Ryan in the flashback clips. So, I feel like he's going to drop in a present anytime soon. But, you know, that gas leak, yeah, it's too convenient for me, man. Again, I'm still on the side of... I am in the exact same position when Freya was introduced in the originals. Now, Freya turned out to be an absolute beast, mate. What an absolute warrior. She done anything it took to save the family. She literally was, like, got killed, do you remember? And then she woke up and she was like, let's go back to fight. Do you know, Freya was an absolute beast, and obviously I was wrong. I mean, I never said I dislike Freya, but I was like, I don't know if she's good or bad, and I was totally wrong because I swayed on the side of bad, and she was amazing. And again, Cleo here now, I really think she's decent, but I still don't know if she's good or bad. I feel like stuff happens too much around her. But then again, like you say, she draws inspiration from people. But I also feel like lots of bad stuff happen as well when she's around. And she's never, like, you don't see it. So, like, that gas come on then, yeah, where was she? Where was she? She was in that location, so coincidentally, that it turned on and she wasn't there. Do you know what I'm saying? A bit of vital information was destroyed. So I still don't know if I actually really like her though. Like I said, I want her to be in the show, but it's going to be very interesting. You know, like, I feel like this episode was really good, really fun, lots of information. Who's beat up Ethan? Where was he going? You know, like, where did he physically go when he heard the radio? Is MG just going to give him a bit of his blood to heal up, or is the person still there, or is he going to go and tell Dr. Saltzman? Do you know what I mean? There's loads of questions, but the main thing is Josie's got her powers back. Landon's possibly somebody else. Holt might have died. You know, we've got MG and what is it, Lizzie's relationship getting stronger, and then obviously, hopefully, Lizzie and Josie are going to be happy, all singing, all dancing, back in the school together, doing witchy stuff, having a good time. Finch come back as well, hopefully, and it's going to be really exciting. So thanks so much for clicking on today's episode. I'm going to jump into the next one, so I can't wait to see you in that one. And if you did enjoy it, please smash the like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I will catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.